चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो पहले। हाँ जल्दी करो, मुझे पता है कि आप लोग नहीं करते, वीडियो देखते हो लेकिन सब्सक्राइब नहीं करते। लाल कलर का बटन नहीं से दबाओ, जल्दी दबाओ, जल्दी दबाओ फिर।
My name is Chris McMillan, and this episode will be the most common reasons for students not receiving the grades they desire is because they don't answer the question that their marker has assigned. The most common mistake is that students don't spend time analysing the question and just respond generally to the topic. For example, if the question was, critically discuss the impact of climate change on political and economic relations between India and Pakistan, it is very common that students will change critically discuss to describe, and instead of discussing the impact of climate change, we'll just describe the main theories about climate change. Equally, rather than discussing the political and economic relations between India and Pakistan in relation to the impact of climate change, students might just discuss economic relations within Asia generally. This might be a much easier essay to write, but you miss key aspects of the questions and the emphasis that the tutor wants. This is likely to end up with a bad result. Here you may have done a lot of good research and produced a very well written essay, but if it doesn't fulfill the assignment criteria, then you won't get the marks your effort deserves. Each assignment is given specific marking criteria based on the essay question. If you don't fulfill those criteria, you won't get the grade you want. Indeed, the further away from the target you get, the more likely it is that your grade will suffer. To avoid these problems, we need to analyse the question. Most essays have three essential parts: a topic, which is the subject area you'll write about, the focus, which is a specific aspect of the topic to work on, and the command word, which tells you how you should write. This could be different words like discuss, describe, or evaluate, each of which requires a different response. In addition to these three elements, there may also be a limit, which provides guidance as to what you should not consider, and a viewpoint, which provides the context for your research. Let's have a look at an example. This question could have the viewpoint: in climate wars, Glyn Dwyer argues that the 21st century will be dominated by struggles for resources in Asia. This statement provides context for the research and may well be based on your lectures or recommended reading. We can also identify the command words critically discuss, which require you to be critical in discussing the issues, meaning you may have to research the question from different sides and evaluate evidence for and against. If the question had a different command word, perhaps critically evaluate, then you would have to produce a different essay, in this case, one that came to a more final conclusion. Next, we can identify the major topic of the assignment, the impact of climate change. This will be the issue you will research the most. However, by identifying the specific focus, how climate change will impact on political and economic relations between India and Pakistan, you can also make sure your research is well targeted and efficient. Here, India and Pakistan also act as a limit. There will be no need to research the impact of climate change on the United States or Great Britain. By working out which elements of the question you have to address, you can construct a mind map of the areas you'll need to research, whether it's reading climate wars to establish the context for the essay, or researching the key debates in climate change in Asia, particularly in India and Pakistan, and working out the key political and economic relations between India and Pakistan, as well as starting to think about how these issues are likely to be influenced by climatic changes within the region. In summary, interpreting and analysing your assignment question is the first step in successfully completing your essays. Make sure you break down the assignment question into its parts, properly focusing your research and responding to the assignment criteria. By doing this, you'll be able to research more efficiently.